Forgiveness doesn't excuse their behavior. Forgiveness prevents their behavior from destroying your heart. Source unknown. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing on a very interesting topic that is as ancient as it is vital. In a world that is full of hatred and vengeance, we will explore the ways and means to develop the power of forgiveness. This video will be split into several sections, with each of them dealing with the relevant topic in some detail and highlighting some real-life examples and tips, where possible. So, let's begin. Section 1. Introduction. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools we have for emotional, mental, and even physical healing. It's not just about letting someone else off the hook. It's about freeing ourselves from the weight of resentment, anger, and pain. In this session, we'll delve into what forgiveness really is, what it's not, how it transforms our lives, and how it allows us to heal both ourselves and others. Section 2. Understanding forgiveness. Let's begin by asking, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward someone who has harmed you, regardless of whether they deserve your forgiveness or not. But here's something important to note. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. You can forgive someone without ever having to trust them again. You can forgive and still choose to walk away. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone or accept harmful behavior. You forget what happened. You allow the person to hurt you again. You lose your right to justice. What it does mean is that you are choosing your peace over your pain. You are choosing freedom over chains. Section 3. Why we struggle to forgive. Forgiveness is hard. Perhaps one of the hardest things we're called to do. Why? Because we hold on to pain as a form of control. We believe that by remembering the harm, we can protect ourselves. We think that holding on to anger punishes the other person. But here's the paradox. Holding on to resentment doesn't punish the offender. It punishes the one who holds it. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Buddha. Many times, we resist forgiveness because we feel it lets them get away with it. We're afraid of being hurt again. We use resentment to define our story. I am the one who was betrayed, who was abandoned, who was hurt. But when our identity becomes attached to pain, we remain stuck. The path forward, the path to freedom, is through forgiveness. Section 4. The psychology and science of forgiveness. Psychologists have studied forgiveness for decades. The research is overwhelming. Forgiving others improves your mental health, physical health, relationships, and even life expectancy. Studies show that forgiveness reduces anxiety and depression. It lowers blood pressure and strengthens the immune system. People who forgive have better sleep, stronger relationships, and even lower rates of heart disease. Let's pause for a moment. Imagine that the very act of letting go of your resentment could heal your body, free your mind, mend your relationships. That's not just poetic. That's scientific. Section 5. Stories of forgiveness, real lives, real courage. Let me share with you a few true stories of forgiveness that defy human logic. Story 1. Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela emerged without bitterness. He chose to forgive the very people who oppressed him and instead worked to unify a deeply divided South Africa. As I walked out the door toward my freedom, I knew if I did not leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Story 2. The Amish School Shooting. In 2006, a gunman entered an Amish schoolhouse and murdered 5 girls. In a stunning act of grace, the Amish community forgave the killer and even attended his funeral, offering support to his family. This is forgiveness that defies explanation. But it's not weakness. It's strength beyond understanding. Story 3. The father who forgave his son's killer. Azim Kamisa lost his son Tariq to a gang-related shooting. Instead of seeking vengeance, he forgave the 14-year-old shooter and even worked with the boy's grandfather to create a foundation for peace. He said, "Forgiveness is a journey. It doesn't mean you forget. It means you decide to heal." Section 6. Forgiving others, the process. So how do we forgive? Step 1. Acknowledge the hurt. You cannot forgive what you haven't faced. Be honest about the pain. Step 2. Choose to forgive. It's not a feeling. It's a decision. You may not feel ready, but the act of choosing begins the healing. Step 3. Understand the offender. This doesn't mean excusing their actions. But understanding that hurt people allows compassion to grow. Step 4. Release the resentment. Write it down, say it out loud, let it go. Even if it takes multiple attempts, each step matters. Even if it takes multiple attempts, each step matters. Step 5. Repeat as needed. Forgiveness isn't always one and done. Some wounds reopen. That's okay. Recommit. Section 7. Forgiving yourself. Now comes perhaps the hardest part. Forgiving yourself. We carry guilt, shame, and regret. We beat ourselves up over past mistakes, failed relationships, or choices we can't undo. But here's the truth. You can't grow if you're constantly punishing yourself for who you used to be. Self-forgiveness is not about denying responsibility. It's about acknowledging your mistakes, making amends where possible, and releasing the belief that you must suffer to atone. You are not your past. You are not your worst decision. You are a human being capable of change, growth, and redemption. Section 8. Forgiveness and faith. Many spiritual traditions teach forgiveness as a sacred act. In Christianity, Jesus, peace be upon him, taught to forgive 70 times 7. In Islam, forgiveness is one of the 99 attributes of Allah, is Al-Ghaffar, which means the forgiving. In Buddhism, forgiveness is a path to liberation and detachment from suffering. In Hinduism, forgiveness is a virtue that clears karma and opens the heart. Forgiveness, then, is not just moral. It is divine. When we forgive, we mirror the mercy of the universe. Section 9. The ripple effect of forgiveness. When you forgive, you don't just heal yourself. You set others free. Your act of forgiveness inspires others to let go, breaks generational patterns of bitterness, heals communities and families, and creates space for love and connection. Needless to say, the ripple effect of one act of forgiveness can outlast lifetimes. Section 10. Practical tools and daily practices. Let's talk about how you can make forgiveness part of your life. Method 1. Journaling. Write letters to people you need to forgive. You don't need to send them. Just write. Method 2. Meditation and prayer. Use affirmations like, I release this pain. I forgive and I am free. I am no longer held hostage by resentment. Method 3. Therapy. Professional guidance helps uncover deep wounds and paths to healing. Method 4. Rituals. Burning old letters, writing on a balloon and letting it go. Symbolic acts can be powerful. Method 5. Forgiveness circle. Gather trusted friends or family. Share what you're releasing. Support each other. Section 11. Final words. Forgiveness is freedom. Forgiveness is not easy. It's messy, it's painful, and sometimes it feels impossible. But when you forgive, truly forgive, you experience freedom, peace, renewal, and lightness. You stop being a prisoner of the past and step into the beauty of now. There's a famous quote by Lewis B. Smedes which says, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover the prisoner was you." As we conclude this video, ask yourself these questions. What am I holding on to? What would it mean to let it go? What would my life look like if I truly forgave? Because forgiveness is not just a gift you give others, it's the greatest gift you can give yourself. If you feel this video has made even the slightest difference in your mindset, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring content. Until then, forgive, forget, and live happily.